welcome to Women in Corporate. This is our first session, and you are welcome to it. This is the first episode of many, many to come. My name is Celia Amadillo. I am from Argentina. I'm a translator, or so. I'm not sure about that. Also, I'm a coach, an agile leader, and I am a customer success supervisor. And here with me, I have my two beautiful friends, and I'm going to introduce Emily, and then she's going to introduce Emmy.
Hi, thank you, Ellie. I love that introduction. Translator, I think you're perfect. Like Duolingo is just so hard. I'm originally from Malaysia. I've been living in the States for about more than a decade right now. I've been a salesperson, customer marketing, about a decade of experiences in the marketing world in B2B SaaS. So that's me in a nutshell, and I'll pass it on to Emmy.
Hi everyone, I'm Emmy. I'm from Argentina also. And right now I am a customer success advisor, but I used to work as an analyst on development, talent and development. Also, I used to be a supervisor and I'm studying data analytics. So a little bit for every spot or every place that you can imagine, I've been there or I will be in the future.
I love it. So, ladies, so many podcasts right now out there. Like, why are we creating one, and why are we naming it Women in Corporate?
I would like to start telling you I want to see other women growing. I want to see them developing the best of themselves. I want to see everyone like nurture and be the best version of yourself. I want you to be able to say, "Hey, I am here," and everyone knows that I am here.
I love that. Emmy, what about you?
In my case, I believe that sometimes we struggle with a lot of things. We have lives, we have sons, we have families, and we also have to work. And the corporate world is a great opportunity for us, but sometimes we are afraid or we think that we are not enough. We think that we don't have enough skills to be there. We feel that it's a male dominated field, so we are not going to be welcome there. So I think Women in Corporate is something that it's a project that we have that we want to encourage women to be part of the corporate world and to succeed, of course, and to get to the top of the pyramid on the corporate world.
I
That's
love
at
it.
least my goal.
I
Oh,
love
me
it.
too.
And I really love it. So, and I think you can see, right? Like, the fact that we're all from different parts of the world and we're doing this on you know this platform and not even in person, like we are truly passionate about this. And I love what Emmy and Ellie said about, like, we're all women and we're in a corporate world. So apart from like lifting up other women, we are also like trying to share our journey here, like how did we arrive to where we are? We're currently leaders in, like, like they say, customer success, and I'm in the marketing field, right? Like, how can we empower you and equip you, the platform, if you want to go to a career path in the corporate world, or if you want to excel, or if, we don't know all the answers. That's why we're here. This is an open platform. It's just a community to welcome you and talk to you about that.
Yeah. We want to share our paths that led us here and show you that you can do it too because everyone can do it. Sometimes you need help, but don't worry. We are here for that. We want to help you and we want to show you what we did to be here today, why we want to help everyone else.
I love it. So let's dive into our first question that I've prepared for this session. What is the
Okay.
one struggle you've experienced in the corporate world, and how did that change your life?
Okay. For me, it was going out from my comfort zone, and also because I thought, because of my age, girls, I am 40 years old. I look like a 30-year-old girl.
Younger.
But
Like
you know what?
15.
Yep.
But
Young
you know
girl.
what? I was scared that nobody was going to hire me. I was scared that I was not good enough to apply for a position in the US. I was not sure about myself. I was doubting myself when I had all the skills that were needed to be here.
Mhm.
And I was doubting myself. And you know what? I want to share that with you, what I did and why I left my previous company, because I think if I could do it, you can do it too.
And I know you have a really awesome story, so I want to like, you know what? I'm going to save yours for the last because your story is
Okay.
Okay.
impactful. I could go with mine. I think a current challenge I have experienced. I think it's confidence, the communication part, right? Like coming from Malaysia, I've always questioned my ability to communicate effectively in the US in a corporate setting, right? Because we speak like multiple languages there, and English was like kind of the second language. But what I realized in the corporate world, there's a lot of miscommunications anyway. It's about being like understanding your audience, like what do they care about and what the message is you're trying to deliver across. Like I think I started to pick that up and learn and hear that from mentors like around me, like including Ellie and Emmy and a few other women that I've worked with. So now I feel like I'm able and more confident in communicating to like leaders, right? The board, everything. So I love that. So Emmy, let's hear your
I
story.
want to hear you.
Okay, so I think I should start with the some a really difficult situation that I have on my previous job. I used to be a supervisor in a call center, and when you are a supervisor, and especially in the call center, that it's a really stressful workplace. I
Mm.
don't know if this apply for all the call centers, but at least where I used to work, some it was difficult. Sometimes, we live here in Argentina, and we had a strike, and
Mm.
some people from my team joined the strike, and the manager of my manager decided to have a meeting with other supervisors that had people that joined the strike, and they were blaming us like we were encouraging the people to participate on the strike. And I feel so frustrated. It was horrible because I was in front of other people, and I need to explain myself or something that I didn't have any control of. And I am a person that when is so stressed, when I am angry, or when I don't know how to proceed in this, because it was a really really difficult situation. And I start crying in front of
Oh
everyone, and
no.
the other
Yeah.
supervisor. It was horrible for me.
Did they
And
put
I
you on the spot? Like, so
they
what?
put
It
me,
was a meeting or
yes,
something?
it was a meeting with all the supervisors.
Oh,
The
and you were
supervisor
one of
that
it.
had
And
people on
she
the
Oh.
was
strike. Yeah. And in front of everyone, I needed to start to explain myself, and what did I do, and how can I improve this, or what was the reason. And I couldn't express everything because my answer will be they have every right to participate on the strike, and
Hmm.
this is not something I can control. But that was not the answer that they were expecting. So I needed to lie or to be blamed for something that it was not my fault. So that was a really, really difficult situation for me. And at that time, I had personal issues. My mother, that it was, she didn't have a job. The company where she worked closed, and she was a 54-year-old woman. And as Ellie said, here in Argentina, when you pass certain age, it's really difficult for you
yeah.
to find a job. So I was the only provider for my family, my mother and my sister, and also I was paying my mom's car. So it was really really difficult for me. But that situation led me to tell, I don't care. I will finish to pay the car. That it was only a few months left. I'm going to finish paying the car and I'm going to quit. I don't care what I'm going to do. I don't know. I don't care if I'm going to eat or not. I don't care. I'm going to leave this place by December. And when you try to change your life and you try to be positive even in the difficult situation, you start seeing opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember receiving a survey asking if I could speak English, and I remember completing the survey just for fun, because it was there. And I have an interview in my company, in that company, to be part of the talent and development team, because they were trying to look bilingual people to teach some courses for people in Portugal. And I remember when I received the notice that I was going to have an interview, it was really stressful for me because I never studied English on a school or at university. I only learned English because I love to read, and the books that I read were not able on Spanish. I love to read manga, and it was more easy to find English translation that to understand the Japanese manga. So I learned English that way. And I started working on talent and development, and I'm so shy. I'm going to tell you about how I was before, because I was so shy and I didn't talk to anyone. For 2 years I didn't speak to anyone. I didn't know the name of my coworkers because I was so shy. And imagine being so shy to be a supervisor and having to talk to people, and then after being a supervisor having to teach classes in another
Right.
language that is not mine, and that really I don't feel qualified even today. I really feel like my English sucks because I didn't study. I don't have any study. I learned from books and I learned from manga, and I was struggling a lot with imposter syndrome. So, well, after that, I feel like I have the tools and I feel like I deserve more. So, even I was so happy in my previous job in the talent and development team. It was an amazing team and I feel so amazing there. But the situation of my previous company was not great. They were firing a lot of people. And I
Mm-hmm.
really started to feel like I should leave this place, and I have the opportunity to move to my current company that it's amazing. I'm working on customer success. I had a lot of experience working with clients, but the thing I really love and I'm starting to study that also is helping me with my current job as a customer success advisor is data analytics. So I'm starting to study that. And something that I didn't tell you is that I don't have any degree. I'm a 33-year-old woman that don't have any degree, that I don't have any studies. I only finished high school. That's all I got. But even if you don't have a degree, you can still job on the corporate world. And maybe you are going to start from below. I started working in a call center uh, with different difficult clients, and after that I have the opportunity to grow. I have the opportunity to change positions. So don't lose hope. You can work on the corporate world even if you don't have a degree, even if you are of a certain age. You will have the opportunity. It's uh, something on your mind. You need to believe in yourself, and that's how I want to finish this.
I
It
love
was
that.
a long story.
I love
Such
Sorry.
it.
good stuff. It's so good. Oh my goodness. I keep looking last night because I think there's a rat over there. but but oh my goodness, great story. And this is why we came here, right? We want to tell our story. We want to empower people to share their story and then like come to us like we'll work out together. Like anything is possible. You don't have a
Yes.
degree, you don't speak English. Like, hey, look at where we are now. Oh, you're in Argentina, like I'm in the US, like it doesn't freaking matter, right? Like you
If you
do what
love,
it
doesn't
takes.
matter.
Yeah. And Amy, can I just say, like, your English is great. Ellie as
Thank
well. Seriously, you both are amazing. Like, if only I can speak Spanish as good as you both.
You
um,
will.
Culito.
You were waiting to say that word. I know it.
The first word Ali taught me in the streets of Argentina. Yes. um,
And that's other part we want to tell our audience how we met.
I know. Oh my goodness. It was through a mentor mentee program in our company. So we all work together in the same company. This is how we met, right? And but listen, right? Like we're a big company. We have like 2,000 plus employees, and we wouldn't have interacted with each other if it wasn't for the mentor mentee program. And Ellie and I were matched, so Ellie, I'm going to let you tell the story because you say it so much better than I do. More fun.
I have to tell you this because I love it. And I think from the moment I signed for this mentor and mentee program, I said, this is going to change my life. For myself, this was my inner thought. And I have to tell you, uh, it was my gut and it was right because I met M and everything changed in my life for good, for the best part. And, the first time we were supposed to have like a half an hour meeting because it was just meeting each other, knowing about who are you, what are your thoughts and goals, and we finished talking like for 3 hours. We talked even about the sex experience. It's a TV now. It's a play here in Argentina. And Em said, "I have to go. I have to go to Argentina. I want to go to the sex experience." And you know what? She came to Argentina. After one session, she was like, I'm going to Argentina. And after two sessions, she was buying her ticket. And after a couple of sessions, she was here eating with us. We took him to a parrillada. It's where you eat barbecue. And she was eating morcilla. Can you say morcilla to the world?
Moshisha. I love it.
I love.
You didn't even tell like the way they got me to eat morshisha is like it was
She
it
cheated.
was a prank.
She
Yeah.
cheated.
Yeah,
She
I
lied
could
to you.
I
seriously,
was
I could
kidding.
tell the color that wasn't right. That wasn't a typical sausage, right? Well, a sausage when you freaking see one, but that one was like dark in color, and then her expression as she was cutting it, and then she just hands one fat blob to me. I just like put it in my mouth, and I realized like, why is everyone eating but her, Ellie? Because she doesn't eat anything in there, and I told her that before I left to Argentina. Like I don't eat anything inside of her, and the organs, internal. And she fed it to me. She's like, "Oh, because I don't eat internal organs." I was like, "Oh,
You know what I did? I was cutting because it was four of us. Because of course, I loved Em from the first moment, and I introduced her to my friends, and that's why she decided to come to Argentina. And I was cutting because I was serving the barbecue for all of us, and I was like, eat this morcilla. It's really
that's the reason
yummy."
why she's starving, so she can dictate who eats what, and then she doesn't have to eat anything."
But I was not eating it because I didn't like it. She was like, "Oh, Ellie, you are not eating."
Well, I like morcilla, but that morcilla wasn't good. The
Yeah, I
texture
know.
it wasn't
Forgive
it
me,
wasn't right.
it was
But
not
I
good.
didn't
Right
know.
or
But
not?
I like morcilla. It's not horrible. I love morcilla.
Yeah. And after that, let me tell you, it became just part of us. M is part of our group of. I think M, you became Argentinian the moment we start talking. I know you don't speak Spanish yet, but it
Un
doesn't mean you are
poquito.
not going to speak it because I M was walking in the streets and she was like, "Te quiero morder el culito." And it
Quiero
means I
morder.
want to bite your ass in English. And she was like, "Te quiero morder el culito" to everyone. And people on the streets were like, "What is she talking about? Why does she want to bite our asses?"
I love
And
it.
it,
Like seriously, like look at this. Like this is why, like when people say women in corporate, they think, okay, you're wearing a suit, you're very serious, you're very professional. Like no, right? Like the goal of this is not to showcase that side of you, but to show the other part, which is we're also humans. We are ladies that just want to have fun, right? we like sex experience, right? Like, oh, sex is taboo. Like, no, right? Like, it's a culture. It's a very popular. It's a culture's part and parcel of Argentinian culture. Like, it's amazing, and I'm so bummed I didn't go. She was sending me videos, clips of all of that, and I couldn't make it because my flight was a day earlier.
I wanted to die because I got the tickets for the sex experience, but she said, "Oh no, I'm not leaving on Saturday. I'm leaving on Friday." And I was like, "What? My tickets are for Friday, and you are the guest, special VIP
I know.
a guest." And it was like, "You are leaving without going to the sex experience." We talked about this for
Oh, I
3 to 4 months
know.
before you came here, and it was like, what? And
Oh my
that's why
god.
M has to come back to Argentina, because
Yes.
we are going to the sex experience.
Yeah, absolutely. Amy kept sending me videos, and it was just like, I think I was on my flight home or something, and she sent me videos of all like her activity and the sex experience, and I was like,
Yeah, I
no, but
was in
you're
your
right,
place.
like, no, like this is great, like right, like we fell in love with each other, and listen, like we don't even, like we speak so many different languages, like but we got together, we feel so connected, like this is familia, like this is stronger like than a lot of other relatives that I have. Do you know what I'm saying? Like so I was just telling them like myself, my cousins, like it's
Yeah.
interesting, right? But so we wanna come together and exude that passion. And I think this is great. Like, thank you girls. Like you have no idea.
And
You
we
know,
really hope that the people listening to us have the
I
opportunity to
know. If we don't have listeners.
found the
Hey,
family that
whatever.
maybe you don't have. Maybe you don't have maybe you don't have a good relationship with your family, but we are going to become your family, and we
Oh,
really hope that you feel that connection that we feel between us, between you and us, of course.
I
yes.
love that.
And also, I want to add that you can be professional, you can be escalating in the ladder of corporate world, but all the same, you can have fun. You can be a mother, you can be a sister, you can be a daughter, you can
Yeah.
be a friend, you can become family if you are not already a family member of our community. But let me tell you, you can be whoever you want to be. You can be professional and funny, and you can be like succeeding, and you can be whatever you want to be. It's up to you, and we are here to help you reach that potential of yours.
I know, I love that. And I just shared this on my Instagram too, like, but what my love language is to empower and bring other women up along as I go, as I rise and not push anyone else down, right? Like we're women, like we're humans, people, like come first. And I know we're going to wrap this session up pretty soon. Let me wrap this up with like a question for you girls and maybe for our audiences and listeners. I spoke about the challenges we faced in the past that had changed our life completely. What is one challenge that you're currently facing? Um, and tell us how you're planning to overcome that challenge.
Okay,
Oh,
go
that's
and
difficult. But I think I'm struggling right now with time, how to manage time, because I work on the corporate world, but I also own a nail salon. So I have, it's like having two full-time jobs. And also I'm going to start, I didn't even started yet to study data analytics, but I made a lot of courses and I really love Excel. This is so strange, but I told this every time, I love Excel. There's nothing more fun for me than having a worksheet, a spreadsheet, and working on that, but I really love it. So I'm struggling with time management because we have this project. I have my nail salon, I work in the corporate world, and I want to start studying data analytics, and I'm doing courses at the same time. And also, I want to improve my health, so I need to exercise. So I don't know how I'm going to be able to do everything I want to do, but I'm going to do it because I'm capable of anything. So that's my struggle right now, and we will see in the future, in future sessions, how everything is going.
Quick question. In terms of SMART goals, what is the first step that you're taking to ensure that you're going to achieve that in the future?
Well, I honestly have no idea. I have a structure of things. I think I want to make some changes on the nail salon.
Mm.
So I want to be able to delegate. And this is so difficult for women because we are used to do everything by ourselves. And without that, any other person is going to do it like we do it. So I am one of the challenges. It's that I will have to delegate some things because the nail salon is like a family business. I
Mm.
wouldn't need to rely on my sister, rely on my mother, or rely or trying to find anything that can cover what I do. So this is regarding the nail salon, and once I manage to do that, I want to dedicate the time that I'm dedicating right now to the nail salon to the data analytics
Yep.
courses that I'm going to start doing,
Yep.
and my corporate work is going to be like it is. It's at the same time I'm going to keep um, commit to that job because it's something that I love, and I think I will have opportunities to implement everything that I learned in the data analytic world in my
Mm.
corporate job right now. And this is going to open so many doors for me because I'm completely sure that I'm going to end up working on the data analytic field in the future. So that's it.
I love it. I love it. And I think like the women, the control, I think it's because we're perfectionists.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
true. I'm very positive you are going to work on the data analytics fields because I know you. I've been working with you for a long time, and I know you are going to do it. That's for sure.
Oh
I
my
mean,
goodness, seriously, the Excel, like the reporting that she's done is great. It's like it's amazing. Like, and listen, guys, right? Like ladies, girls, she came like no degree. And she is all of everything that she has today is self-taught, which is so amazing. Like, and on top of
everything.
that, she had to support her entire family. Like I like God bless her. Like seriously, her mental bandwidth is like number one. Like it's amazing.
Yeah, I was just thinking that, for example, yesterday it was my first anniversary working on this company, and I was thinking, who would have thought that a year before I will be in a company that gives me the opportunity to talk to people in different parts of the world,
Mm.
and who. I will never believe if someone told me that one of my best friends it was going to be a Malaysian girl that lives in the US. I wouldn't believe it. And 2 years before that, I was in another job without knowing that I am capable of speaking in English, and I am capable of be here in front of so many people talking in English in another language. I will never believe it, and that I will I will have the opportunity to support my family, and that in the future I will have the opportunity to build my own business and work on the corporate world and everything that I tell you before. I went through so many changes in the last 2 years that I cannot believe it right now. And I know that maybe in the next 2 years or 1 year, I'm going to be on a different position that I am right now. Just starting studying is for me is a lot. So I'm really proud of myself.
I'm glad.
Oh,
This
I
is
love
great.
it.
This is why, like, I love the stories. I love it. Ellie.
Yeah. Me, my current struggle is that sometimes I feel like I don't know enough about other countries' regulations. Because we are from Argentina, we mentioned that at the beginning. And sometimes you feel like you don't know everything, but at the same time, whenever you go to a meeting, I feel like I own it. And whenever I don't know anything, I say, let me check it. Because sometimes I don't know about certain things. But let me tell you, sometimes I feel like I don't know anything, but then I start looking for the information because I always want to be the better side of my own self.
Yeah.
And I am always competing with myself, which is quite a struggle because I want to be the perfection itself.
Yeah.
I want to have like the best numbers. I want to have like the best personality. I want to have the best everything. If you go and ask me something, I want to give you the best answer too. And that's why it's a struggle for me, because you don't have to be perfect. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to help people to get their answers. But for me, it's like I need to do it perfect. And I know it's kind of crazy, but I'm working with that every single day because I know I can do it without stressing myself and without being like perfectional. Like everything has to be perfect all the time.
So how are you? That is tough. And talk about perfectionists, right? Like we all like at least the three of us are, and that's why we like get along so well together. But how do you like that? That is a tough challenge because you're every day. This is a daily battle. You know, like how are you? What okay? What's the first? The same question. What's the first step that you're taking?
First of all, I always read about the company I'm going to talk about. Um, if I don't know something, I will try to look for the information first before going to the meeting, because if I don't have the answer, that's when I feel the pressure. I need to know it. What I do in order to down, downgrade that feeling of I am not perfect. What I do
Mm-hmm.
is go and ask other people, "Hey, what do you know about this? What can I answer if I get this question A, B, C, and D?" Because I always prepare like a like a conversation in my head,
Yep.
and I said,
Yeah.
"These are the possible outcomes I'm going to have in the meeting." It helps a lot because I go prepared. But if I don't have the answer, now I learned how to say, I don't have the answer right now, though it takes me a lot of courage to say that. I don't have the answer right now, but let me find out and I'm going to talk back to you. I'm going to write you an email or I'm going to call you back. And it has been helping me a lot to feel better with myself because I don't have to be the owner of everything.
Right. And because people, and you will find that people are more accepting. Like, and this is so funny. There are two things here, right? Like, it's a practice. You get better of saying, I don't know. And it's okay. It's totally okay. We are only humans, right? And if we know everything, what's the purpose of enjoy of like living, right? Like every day is learning new things. And the other part is like, you can go to meetings with like top CEOs in the world. They don't know everything,
No,
right? Like, you know, like it's interesting. I've been in meetings with a lot of people and they just say, I don't know about that. Let me circle back. But I think the most important part is the accountability. Like when you say you circle back, you circle back. Like I've heard people like, oh, I'll circle back. And then you just never hear from them. Like that drives me crazy. Like it's knowing Ellie and Amy, like they go right, you know, they deliver. I think that's a very important piece. And I love that.
yeah, and I love that about the three of us because we are all committed to our own jobs and tasks. And we always say and do whatever we say we're going to do. And I love it. And we want to know about you, your
Thank
struggles
you.
too.
I think it's a combination of the two of you, like wanting to be a perfectionist and doing my job excellent in everything, which is so hard, and time management, right? So I'm a mother to a 2 year old, and it's just not easy. So my family is they're all in Malaysia, right? The father and I co-parent. Um, it's just like I want to be the best mother, but I also want to be the best in my job. And here's the other part, right? Like I'm also a hidden gamer, and I want to be the best in my game. One of my goals was like to be a top global and one of the heroes that I use, right? Like it's so tough. Like Ellie said, like you are your biggest enemy. This is someone told me this analogy, and it's so impactful. Like a boat it doesn't sink because of outside forces. It sinks because that's the whole inside. So if you think about that, right? Like when if your body, your mental health, like it's not doing well, like you that's how someone's health deteriorates. And asking myself the same question, how am I doing it? That's a great question. That's a very tough question. Like the first step that I can take is like prioritizing. So you just like allocate a certain time of the day, like, okay, I'm spending this morning with my daughter, and that's all I can do, right? Like in the nighttime, right? And I work remotely, which is really great. So I go down, I make a meal for her. Is it the best meal ever? No, but I'm making a meal for her, right? Like, so I think like I don't need to be the best in everything. I just need to do my best and call it a day,
I
right? And just seriously, like I don't need. I think it's also, I don't know if it's you. Like, let me know too, right? But I feel like it's my internal pressure of like, oh, are other people think I'm doing it best? Like, if I think it's bad, then it should be good, right? Like I keep having this social pressure, like, oh, I need people to look at me that I'm doing the best, like my work. I need people. Are they thinking, or my peers, and my colleagues, and my managers thinking that I'm doing the best that I could? I'm not sure about you, but once I started changing that perspective of like, do I think it's the best? Yes. Am I going to regret this? No. And then I can live with myself.
Yes, I feel identify with your words because I feel the same. And as you mentioned, I am my own enemy, but I'm working on it and I'm trying to do my best, as you mentioned too, because we are good enough to do this. And also, when we cannot do it, we have each other and we can do it maybe later. But you have to believe in yourself. That's what I tell myself every day, and then that's why I tell you girls, because you are amazing and I love you. And we are capable of anything we want to.
I totally agree. I love
Yeah.
it.
When I'm here with you guys, I honestly believe that I am capable of doing anything and that everything is possible. So I really hope that the people that are listening to us have the same feeling and they feel like everything is possible, because it is. It's only you need to work on your worst enemy, that is yourself, and not trying to compare to other people
Yep.
in a bad way, because that's something that I really struggle a lot,
Yep.
comparing with other people, because I don't have a degree and the other people study English for so long, or they have a degree or for this or for that. And that's really what we need to work, trying to not to listen to that voice, because it's not ours, it's our fears, and trying to listen to these amazing ladies that, at least for me, they help me to know that I am capable of a lot of things, and to be proud of myself, or and the things that I'm doing, because they are valuable and they are a lot. So I need to be proud of myself, and I really hope that everyone, and I would really like to know that every woman is capable of feeling like the way I feel when I'm with you guys.
Oh, I love
Love
that.
it.
I love it. Like, yeah, I really love it, Emmy. Oh my goodness. So I think we're about time now. And we're gonna
Yeah.
wrap this up. Any other last words before we wrap up our first podcast, Women in Corporate?
Yeah. Well, I think you now know us a little bit, but I want to know you all because I want you to share your experiences with us, your comments. Let us know what's your struggle because I want to know you and I want to help you also to show you my path, what I did to improve my way of doing things. And I want to share it with you and these beautiful ladies.
I love it. So drop it in the comments. See ya.
See
See
ya.
ya.
Bye bye.